over the world, the streets clean all over the world, and you speak to anyone in any part of the UK, in small towns, large towns, or whatever, and they know exactly where Ramsay Street is. So this is the real deal. This is the property, but of course today we're here to sell you a piece of real estate, and in doing so we're actually selling you a beautiful family home. So, it's been marketed by Carolyn and Barton here, holding the sign of Ramsay Street, and all of our Monash directors are here and staff, and I believe there are some of the actors who have played parts in Neighbours here in attendance also, so we welcome you. We'd like coming home, wouldn't it? So just a few formalities on this I just need to cover with you, just in accordance with our real estate rules, and just draw your attention to it. The property itself is just simply known as 1 Court, Vermont South. The chattels that we're including within this property is everything that you see, so you walk, everything that is there, carpets, light fittings, curtains, dishwasher, oven, etc., all remains with the property. And our terms today, we're calling for a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price. The settlement date is going to be the 27th of August. I think that's about 119 days thereabouts, but it's virtually a 120-day settlement, but let's say it's 119. So you've got 4 months before you actually have to settle here. We're calling for a deposit, of course, of 10%, and the property itself, 663 square metres, so that's an old-fashioned full block of land, and narrow in the front, widens out to the rear, easement across the rear as well, but a straight block of land backing onto a park. Now, I'm not going to go through all the details of the legal contractual arrangements with the Fremantle Group, but obviously the property returns very well. It doesn't encroach particularly on you and your lifestyle. It's sort of 1 day a week. It's for a morning. All you've got to do is move the car out of the front carport and you can still be in the home. You can go out the back gate. You can come and go as you like. But it is a unique situation where you draw an income from your own family home without massive intrusion. And of course you've got the celebrity status of the property and the location itself. Now the outgoings here, they're about $3,000 a year. Your council rates and your water rates, water by measure of course goes on top of that again. So our rules today of our auction simply read that the auction will be conducted in accordance with the rules, and any additional conditions that were made available for inspection before the start of the auction. The auction rules prohibit an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers for a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The vendor does have a reserve price, as the auctioneer will indicate bidders upon request. The law prohibits false bids, prohibits major disruptions by bidders, prohibits bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for such conduct. The rules do permit making a vendor bid. The rules do permit the making of vendor bids, and the words I'll use should I happen to make a vendor bid will be vendor bid. And by law, as the auctioneer, I'm the only person who can actually make a bid on behalf of the vendor. Now, let's just talk about what we have here. There's a list of celebrities a mile long who have been through this street, and we go back to the very early days. Kylie Minogue, Craig McLaughlin, and it goes on and on and on. And of course, this was Toad's house originally. The series started in 1985. This was his particular home. He's moved out, and actually originally it was Mrs. Mangle, and then we go on, and Toad Fish, as we all know, and then more recently Lou Carpenter and Nicolette Stone, the residents, Nicolette being the daughter of the existing occupants of the home. You probably know the story better than I do. I have to say, I don't sit there avidly every night watching Neighbours, but I know it's a very popular show. I think the great thing about it though, as Australians, this has been one of our greatest exports, this particular program. to be as well known as it is in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world is quite remarkable. Here we are in the suburbs of Melbourne, the suburbs of Australia, and showing our Australian lifestyle. And I have to say to you, I've had it said many times to me that people who have immigrated here from the United Kingdom have often done so under the influence of this program. They've kept watching the program, recognised the lifestyle that we thoroughly enjoy here, and thought, I've just got to have some of this. And even my present vendor here today, there's a strong English accent in there, and it certainly was an influence in coming to Australia. So folks, this is the property. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. How we're going to run this auction is we're going to write up the bids for you. We write them up in black. When the texture changes to red, the property is on the market and we're going. And last person standing, you will be the new owner of this home. I have a very realistic reserve today. My vendor does want to sell. She's been here for some time. This is a bit of a sea change, and we're doing it, but we're going to send her off hopefully with a fine price. And I'd like to see some multiple bidding here, a little bit of competition amongst you. But just look at this home, and what I might say to you, if you don't fully understand this, you can move into this home. There is not one solitary dollar that you need to spend on this property. All the hard work, all the high expense has all been there. That is one of the best kitchens I've ever seen. I've walked into homes that are $3 million and better, and their kitchens aren't anywhere near as good as that kitchen. That's an outstanding kitchen. Has all the mod cons, a Frankie sink, 2-pack cupboards, beautiful vinyl floor in wood grain, and then of course the big rumpus room sitting next to it. Stock standard 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but the bathrooms have all been renovated. New toilet suites, new vanities, new taps, new everything. And that's why I say there is absolutely nothing whatsoever to spend on this property. And of course, I'm sure you know the location as well as I do. And my history goes back a long way here, ladies and gentlemen. I've been doing this for a long time, but as a young kid, I used to sell block land in this court for under $6,000 when this was a new court. So that'll give you an idea of how prices have gone over the years, how the area's matured, and how the infrastructure has come in. Back then, all we had out here was the Burvale Hotel, and it was brand new in 1973. From there, trams have come, shopping centres have come, schools have come, and it's one of the best locations in Melbourne to live, right in the heart of Vermont South. Can I give you that, sir? Let's get on with the job. All right, number 1, Pin Oak Court. Vermont South, top location, top property, everything done for you. Realistic vendor, wants to sell, wants a contract today. Where do we start? Come on, 1.3, just to give you a little bit of practice. Let's start at 1.3. We're quoting 1.3 to 1.43. Is there an opening bid of 1.3, or do you want me to do it for you? 1.3, please. Thank you. Please and thank you at 1.3. 1.3 is the bid. At $1.3 million I have now at 1.3. At $1.3 million is the bid at 1.3. Can I see a $50,000 rise? At 1.3 a bid. At 1.3. We have more than one interested party here. At 1.3 million is the bid. At 1.3. Are we done? At 1.3, surely not. At $1.3 million, 50,000, anywhere at $2 million, the vendor bid at 1.35. At 1.35 now, at 1.35 is the bid. At 1.35, first call. At 1.35, second call at 1.35. We need to warm you up a little bit here. At 1.35, I'll take 25 to like. At $1.35 million, looking to 75 anywhere at all. At 1.35, let me just tell you what may occur here if you decide not to bid. If you decide not to bid, we'll pass the property in. If I pass the property in, I'm anybody's to deal with. So there's no exclusivity for anyone. And then you have to negotiate on a one-on-one. That's a lot harder than bidding at an auction. So don't stand back. 1.375. Thank you. You've got my drift. You understand the rules. 1.4. At 1.375, do I have 1.4 here? 1.375 over here. At 1.375. First call at 1.375. Rounded at 1.4. At 1.375 million. Bids over here. I chose to pass the property and explain this to your man here. If I chose to pass the property in, I will deal with that first call. Alright, that will help you out for a while. Maybe buy the property before you can. At 1.375 million. Bids here, let me round it out on a vendor bid at 1.4. At 1.4 million now. 1.4 vendor bid. At $1.4 million now. Another 25 anywhere at all. At $1.4 million. First call at 1.4. Second call at 1.4 million. Your call over here. Anyone else can join in at 1.4. Thank you. 1.4 and a quarter. 1.4 and a quarter. Let's make it 1.4 and a half. At 1.4 and a quarter is the bid. At $1,425,000. Looking for 50. At $1,425,000. All done at $1,425,000. I'm going to move you along again. I'll vendor bid at 1.45. At $1,450,000. 3/4 if you like. We're getting more towards the range. $1,450,000. Calling for 25. At $1,450,000. Are we done? Are we finished? Are we silent at $1,450,000? Now listen, you know this is the hottest market we've seen in 35 years. This is not a market you dilly-dally over $25,000. If you want the property, you go for it. Money is so cheap. So cheap. We have never seen money this cheap. What is the difference of 25, 50 either way? If this is what you want, go for it. $1,450,000. A rise of 25 anywhere at $1,450,000. First call at $1,450,000. Second call at $1,450,000. Third and final time. All done. Okay, 1,460. 1,460 is the bid. 1,460. Take 10 anywhere else at $1,460,000. At $1,460,000. At $1,460,000. All done. Sir, I've got to lift you up a bit, unfortunately. I'm not going to be able to sell it at that, so we're just mucking around here. Let me place the bid at 1.5, at $1,500,000 vendor bid. Now $1,500,000. At $1,500,000, give me another 10 now, and we'll get a bit more serious. At $1,510,000. Sorry, $1,500,000. I'm ahead of myself. At $1,500,000. Still a great buy. At $1,500,000. At $1,500,000. Done. Finished. Silent. At $1,500,000. First call. $1,500,000. Second call. All done. All finished. All silent. $1,500,000. What are we doing over here? At $1,500,000. 10,000 to keep you in it. Now, if I pass the property in at $1,500,000 on a vendor bid, I can negotiate with anyone. If you or anyone else place a bid now, you get the first right. At $1,500,000, you need to be holding that particular spot at $1,500,000. At $1,500,000, are we done? Are we finished? Are we silent, sir? I'll take $5,000 to keep you in it. At $1,500,000, all done, all finished, all silent at $1,500,000. Listen, I'm not stopping to go and talk to the vendor. There's no point. This is her bid at $1,500,000. At $1,500,000, if you want the opportunity of buying this property, you need to place a bid right now. The bid needs to be $5,000. We're at $1,500,000. I'll call it 3 3 times, otherwise we'll pass the property in and negotiate thereafter. It's a harder way to go. At $1,500,000, call it 3 times for the first call at $1,500,000. Second call at $1,500,000. All done. Third and final time. All done, all finished, all silent at $1,500,000. No bids. 1.5. Think about it. Think about the property. Think about the actual real estate. This is a great home for $1.5 million in a great, great location. There's got to be 5,000 out there. There's got to be another buyer somewhere amongst you all at $1,500,000. Call it again. First call, $1,500,000. Second call, $1,500,000.
Harry, take 5,000.
No rule. $1,505,000. Oh, that took you a long time. $1,505,000. $1,505,000. Now let me tell you what will happen. If I don't get a rise on $1,505,000, I will pass the property in and I will treat with these people exclusively for a few minutes. So they will have the opportunity of, that's how it works. If you want the opportunity, you've got to raise your bid on their bid. We're at $1,505,000. So $1,505,000 clearly bid right here. We obviously have interest here. I have my man over here as well, who seems to have lost interest. Anyone else can join in. So we're $1,505,000. Be under no misunderstanding of what will occur here. It's $1,505,000 genuine bid here. Calling it for the first time at $1,505,000. You can up your bid if you like. At second time at $1,505,000. Is there a rise on that anywhere at all at $1,505,000? This time I'm just going to give you a minute to think about it while I just go and say hello to the family.
But you know it's there. It's comforting to know it's there.
I'm out all the time.
And that's the way it should be.
Yep.
Yeah. How far is it?
So you take half an hour to Kelly.
It's not too bad.
About 3 kilometres. No, nothing fresh.
Oh, okay. That's on a clear run. Yeah.
It's only like 15.
15?
Yeah.
That was just two 15 minutes. Yeah. And Logan, that's where you are. Oh, okay, I don't care. I don't care. I'm easy.
No, we're not.
No.
We're going to Eckland Road.
Oh, Piccolinos. Oh, I thought we were Chinese.
No, Ramsay.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, it is. Yes, it's very busy. Different probably to Piccolinos.
No, I'll be.
Oh, have you? Since it's been extended.
Well, I used to go.
Yeah, so did we. Well, actually, that's where we saw Glenn and Shelley there. Years and years and years ago.
On Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good idea actually. That one on Dawson Road?
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It took a few more minutes. With a major decision to be made there. Now, here 1.505 selling. We're on the market, we're going. If you are the last bidder, you own the property. So let's change the text to red, reprint that out. 1.505. Our man's back on the phone, we're playing for keeps. This property will be sold in the next minute or so. So 1.505 million, calling for a rise of $5,000 anywhere at $1,505,000 for the first call at $1,505,000. Second call at $1,505,000. I'll take you 2.5 if you like.
In the middle.
1,510. 1,510. Thank you. 1,510. At 1,510 I bid. At 1,510 it is now. It's back to you at 1,510. Now the pressure's on you. At $1,510,000. Fresh bidder. $1,510,000. It's against you. You don't come to an auction to just put one bid in. At $1,510,000. First call at $1,510,000. Second call at $1,510,000. We sell them at a bid at $1,500,000.
1.52, please.
1.52 at 1.52. That's a strong bidder. First bid again. So you've each had one bid here. Who's the strong buyer amongst you all? Or is it my man over here who's backwards and forwards on his phone, or is it somebody who hasn't bid yet? So let's look at it. 1,505, 1,510, 1,520. This is the strong bidder. These people will buy the property if you don't bid. This is a great buy. Forget the celebrity factor of this particular property. Look at this home. As I stressed to you from the start, not $1 do you need to spend to move in and enjoy this property. It's all done. This lady has done all the hard work for you 3 years ago. It's there, it'll be fabulous for the next 30. So, $1,520,000, I sell no better bid, I point to you again, it's against you, $5,000, $1,520,000, first call at $1,520,000, second call at $1,525,000.
25.
25, thank you. At $1,525,000. 1,525,000 is the bid. At 1,525,000 it is. What do we think? At
153.
thank you. 153 at $1,530,000. At $1,530,000. Are you quiet in the middle here? We're being outdone both ways.
Don't worry, we will be the knockdown bid.
Knockdown bid. You might be too late. At $1,530,000. At $1,530,000. Back to you over here. We're there for 35. At $1,530,000. First call. At $1,530,000. At $1,530,000 for the second call. All done. All finished. Anyone else going to come in for the first bid? At $1,530,000 clearly here, right here, against you here. Stop procrastinating. And against you over here. $5,000. Would you really miss it for $5,000? Would it matter if you paid $155,000 for it? It's still a great property. It's still a great buy, and it's in a great location. And where else are you going to get a property as good as this? And this is a hot market. We all know it. $1,530,000. Let me call it again for the first time at $1,530,000.
1.55.
That's a good bid. That's a really good bid. That's a smart bid. At $1,550,000. Now, strong bidders here. What do you think? We're not going to miss it up. We're just not going to miss it, surely. At $1,550,000. 1 million, let me make it very clear, $1,550,000.
Another 5,000.
5,000.
Another
please.
5. 1,555. 1,555. Great set of numbers. 1,555. 1,555.
160.
60. 60 is the bid. That 60 is the bid. I think we need a knockout bid here. What about 75? 1,560,000. Make it 75. 3/4. 1.5.
1.57, please.
157. Okay. 157. We're there for 158. 157's the bid. 158 if you like. 157.
58.
58. 58. Let's just do the 16 and get on with the job. At $1.58 million, I think I've left the ones in the middle behind.
Another 5,000, please.
Another 5. Another 5 we are. Another 5 we are at 85, at 85, at 85 for the bid. Give it a hard hit at 1.6. 1,585, $1,585,000.
159.
159. One of these going to get to 1.6. 159. 159. 159. Let's round them.
1.6.
Thank you.
please.
1.6 is the bid. At 1.6. 1.6 now. Your call. 1.6. 1.6. 10. We're there for 10. 1.6. We're not stopping at 1.6, are we? At 1.6 million bids here. First call, 1.6 million. Second call, 1.6 million. We in, we out. What do we think? Can be a 5, can be a 10, can be 25, whatever you like, pick the number. At 1.6 million I'm bidding, I'm going to sell if I don't get a better bid. So we're at 1.6, we're playing for keeps. At 1.6 million we sell, no better bid. At 1.6. At $1.6 million. They might put you in the TV show, you know, if you find yourself. 1.6 million. 1.6 million is the deal. 1.6, you're quite sure. Tell me you're in, tell me you're out. 1.6, you sure? Thank you for your bidding at 1.6 million. Now, are we all done? At 1.6 million. You're done in the middle there. At $1.6 million. Let me call it for the first call at $1.6 million. For the second call at $1.6 million. I'm just giving you a little bit of thinking time over there. For the third and final time, we all done, all finished, all silent at $1,600,000. We sell, no better bid. You're still talking. That's what worries me. You're definitely out. You're definitely out. You can all turn the other way and walk away. Happy to do that? All right, 1.6. Third and final time. Property is going.